Next Bank is proud to sponsor Digital Weather Desk with local meteorologist Jared Floyd.
The Digital Weather Desk is your local source for the latest weather information to help keep you and your family safe and to plan your week. You can follow us on our social media platforms, download our app, and you can also find us at digitalweatherdesk.com. The Digital Weather Desk,
Powered by Century Next Bank.
Good evening, folks. Happy Friday, and thanks for joining the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. What's next for you? Visit cnext.bank for more, the exclusive banking partner of the Digital Weather Desk. Exclusive is a tough word to say, apparently for me at least. Happy Friday. I know a lot of folks are tired. They're cold. A lot of folks are not looking forward to the prospect of dealing with another night below freezing and another night without electricity. So again, if you have the opportunity to reach out to help somebody that maybe needs a warm place to stay tonight, I suggest you do so. The good news is we continue to see folks gradually getting service restored, and even some friends and dear family and folks that I know have all been kind of celebrating those victories today, but there are also some folks that are not celebrating those victories today. So again, help those that you can help. Speaking of, the family relief effort underway by the United Way of Northeast Louisiana. To apply, the application process opens tomorrow at 8 a.m. So again, it says to apply, but you have to wait till tomorrow morning, and you can apply and donate at unitedwaynela.org/family-relief-effort. You can also just donate by texting Family Relief, all one word, to 91999. Of course, you can always dial 211 to explore more resources that the United Way of Northeast Louisiana has put into place. But again, this Family Relief effort is really geared toward helping families that are going to face ongoing challenges such as lost wages, higher utility costs, food replacement expenses, and transportation disruptions. So again, if you want that opportunity to give, to help, you can donate to the Family Relief effort. And again, the application process begins tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at the address that you see there on your screen. And again, the United Way of Northeast Louisiana, the 211 initiative, is a partner of what we do here with the Digital Weather Desk, but also an amazing resource for our community. Also, for folks all across the area, western Mississippi, southern Arkansas, if you dial 211 or if you go to the United Way's website and you are outside of Northeast Louisiana, they'll get you patched to the resources and to the organization you need to reach. Check the visible satellite. We've gotten rid of the ice and the snow. The last of the ice and snow the ice starting to melt off in the shady spots. Now, we're not going to get rid of it completely, and I know a lot of folks are going, we've still got a lot of ice in our area, but yes, I acknowledge that. But it was a more dramatic melting phase across the region as we worked through the afternoon hours today. Check the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Again, don't forget to schedule your free roof inspection, commercial or residential, at brownsroofingla.com. They have been some very busy folks, but again, they stand by waiting to help you if you need them post-storm. A check of what we're dealing with snowfall-wise across portions of the Ozarks, and I'm going to check the surface map to make sure that we actually aren't seeing any of this reach the ground. There is the outside chance that we could see a snow flurry overnight tonight through the early part of the day tomorrow. Looks like Joplin, Missouri's reporting light snow. So that's it. Again, I wouldn't be surprised to wake up to a flurry or two early tomorrow morning, 4, 5, 6 a.m. across portions of northern Louisiana, but not expected to be an accumulating problem or anything like that. It'd be fun to look at for a lot of folks that love to see snow, but again, even then, the prospects look pretty slim. Check power outages across the area. Power outages, your severe weather alerts, all those things made possible by Allegiance Health Network, providing high-quality, patient-centered care through a clinically integrated network of healthcare professionals. The numbers continue to improve. And for folks that are without power right now, I acknowledge the fact that the power has not been restored soon enough. And I totally understand that you're frustrated, you're tired, you're cold, and you're not looking forward to another night without power. But I would urge you that if you have folks that you can reach out to, do so. Accept help if it's being offered to you. And please make sure that you're staying warm safely. Be aware of carbon monoxide hazards. Make sure that all heat sources are in proper working order, that they are approved for indoor use, and make sure that you're using them away from carpets, drapes, rugs, things that can catch fire. Good evening, Janice, and thank you so much for joining in this evening. So again, the numbers are making some progress. High temperatures today, even with the cold front making its way through the area, a lot of us still saw the mid to upper 40s, even the low 50s. And at this hour, 50 in Alexandria, 49 Winfield, 45 Monroe, but the colder temperatures are starting to creep in along the Mississippi Valley. Greenville's at 33, Lake Providence 36, Monticello at 37. Winds are out of the north, quite breezy at times, in the 5 to 15 mile an hour range. Gusts generally in the 20 to 25 mile an hour range. So again, you factor in winds and a very cold air mass, and it makes for a very uncomfortable night, especially again for those that are without electricity, or to be honest with you, those that have limited heat sources or limited ability to keep themselves warm. Check a future cast made possible by Bayou Power Sports I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe. Rebecca, Gwendolyn, thank you so much for joining in. And for those that are joining in for the first time in a while, Janet, hello to you as well. But for those that join it, we usually try to say hello to everybody as they drop in and say hello, but the last week has been a little bit more chaotic. Again, low, shallow moisture getting trapped into the northerly winds as they continue to bring that cold air in through the overnight. It's not out of the realm of possibilities during the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning, 4, 5, 6 a.m., to maybe see some snow flurries or even an area of light snowfall. It can't be ruled out. As we go through the rest of the weekend, though, it's just cold and breezy. Kim, good evening to you. Winds return to the south and southwest, leading the warming trend through the early parts of next week. We will entertain some rain chances, specifically late Monday through the day Tuesday and maybe into early Wednesday, but Tuesday looks to be the rainy day. Showers, maybe a few thunderstorms then as well. Wind gusts, again, problematic for a lot of areas, especially through the overnight hours for two reasons. One, combine that with very, very cold temperatures, and the wind chills will be a concern, especially for those without electricity or especially for those that are going to be outdoors. Our power crews, energy crews, and things of that nature, be aware that that's a possibility, that wind chills will be a problem and a factor. Along with that, a lot of tree debris, and I mentioned this earlier. Tree branches, things that snapped during the ice storm but never made it all the way to the ground because they got caught by other tree branches and things like that. The right wind at the right direction will blow those tree branches out of the trees and could be a hazard for cars, for people, whatever. So I would avoid standing under a lot of trees, especially if they look like they're kind of, as I mentioned, kind of packed with shrapnel, if you will. If you look up and you see a lot of broken tree branches and you're like, that doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Get out of the way. Forecast temperatures as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Again, upper teens to low 20s. Temperatures should rebound to near the freezing mark tomorrow afternoon. By Sunday morning, we're back into the upper teens to near 20 degrees to start the day. Very, very cold, but winds are back out of the southwest, leading the warming trend into the low 40s by Sunday afternoon. Monday, still very cold to start the week, but warming up after that, returning to the 50s, maybe even near 60 degrees by next Monday. Low 60s are expected by next Tuesday. Boy, will that be a nice treat. Wind chills, again, the biggest concern is tonight because Sunday morning the winds probably won't be as big of a problem, but by daybreak tomorrow with winds generally north-northeast in the 10 to 20 mile an hour range and morning lows in the teens and 20s, wind chills will likely be in the single digits, so be prepared for that. And again, make sure that you are staying warm safely. If you have the opportunity to extend a warm bed to somebody that's without power, suggest you do so. But again, a little bit goes a long way. A warm meal, an extra blanket, an extra space heater that you can lend to somebody. Just do what you can to be a good neighbor. Lows tonight will eventually fall back again. Upper teens to low 20s. Some spots will get hung up in the mid-20s. And then daytime highs tomorrow. If you get to the freezing mark, consider yourself fortunate. If you get above freezing, consider yourself lucky. Best chances will be in the southern parishes and counties as we go through the afternoon. 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Again, 3B Hardware, 3B Outdoor equipment. They have chainsaws, generators, whatever you need to get you squared away and to kind of get you back into the recovery and the cleanup process. Low 40s for highs Sunday. Near 60 Monday, Tuesday of next week with the rain chances back in Tuesday and then a little bit of a seesaw temperature-wise as we go beyond that. And that's a look at the forecast. For those without power and that need to conserve battery, you can go ahead and hop off the live stream now. For the rest of those saying hello, hello, Kim, good evening to you. Terry, you did send me an email earlier today, and I read that email, and I didn't have a chance to respond to it. So I'll answer your question now. Will the rain coming Tuesday be warm enough to wash away some of the leftover ice? Most of the ice by Tuesday should generally be kind of gone. Even with daytime highs only creeping just a few hours above freezing over the next few days, by Monday getting to near 60, and just with the general ebb and flows of temperatures, I would expect most of the ice to be gone by then. But yes, by then I would also expect any rain to help out with that process. It'll also help with the mud, the road treatments, the salt, all that stuff. It'll help to kind of wash that in the right direction too. Barbara, Miranda, Donna, Miss Bonnie, good evening. And Mr. William and Miss Leah, thank you so much for joining in. Debbie, Janet. Janet says, don't forget to run that water. Again, that is a very friendly reminder. Make sure that you take those proper precautions for a hard freeze tonight. Most of us, again, well into the 20s, maybe even to the upper teens as we head through the overnight hours tonight. Reminder, the forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. And that wraps us up for the week. It has been a very difficult week for much of the area. And Pam and Diana, thank you so much for joining in. It has been, again, full disclosure, a rough week for the ArkLaMiss, especially for folks in far northern Louisiana. And it's going to be a really rough night for a lot of folks that are without power tonight. Make sure you're staying warm. We don't want to make it all the way through this process and have folks run into problems tonight. So again, if you can help folks, be a good neighbor, be a good citizen, be a good resident of the ArkLaMiss, and make sure that you're staying warm safely as we head through the overnight hours tonight. We will climb out of this and continue to rebound over the next few days, the next few weeks, and the next few months, because that's what our community does. And speaking of community, we continue to build a community right here at the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank, made possible by the local businesses that you see there on your screen, who, again, stand by ready to help you in the wake of this storm. If you don't know where to turn and you just need options, dial 211. Again, the United Way of Northeast Louisiana establishes that initiative to help make folks to make sure that folks have the options and the resources available to them that are locally available to them. They are the connection point, if you will. Stay warm, folks. I will update you this weekend. Again, usually live streams are a little bit more infrequent as we go through the weekend, but obviously I'll keep you updated on where temperatures land tomorrow and going into Sunday, and we'll keep an eye on the rain chances for Tuesday. We're not expecting a severe weather system or anything like that. It's just going to be rain. Brenda, yes, help people. Love the positive take in the community. Yes, we have a wonderful community, and if you are just new to the ArkLaMiss in this area, we take care of our own, and so we're asking you to do that again this weekend. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. As always, we're so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being part of our community, and I'll check in with you this weekend, and I'll see you Monday morning with our first live stream of the week as we get ready for February. And February is always weird.